Hello. Um, mm, I want to share today some not very helpful advice that I got from the universe recently. So I get letters, I get notes from the universe, and you can check this out at tut.com. And normally they're super sweet. They're just little motivational, positive little messages that I really enjoy receiving most of the time. But I got one recently that said, essentially, if you're lonely, it's not due to lack of friends, it's due to a lack of keeping busy. And I have a couple of problems with this. Firstly, I would argue for me as a recovering perfectionist and overachiever, a bit of a control freak, um, keeping busy is, it can often result in me feeling lonely because when I am in busy for the sake of being busy mode, it keeps me disconnected from myself and it keeps me disconnected from other people, um, both in terms of like how I use my time, but also, yeah, just how connected I feel to the world. And that sense of disconnection often manifests as loneliness for me. So, firstly, I think the logic of this is wrong, but also this idea that if you're feeling lonely, then busying your way out of it is the answer. Um, Again, I don't find particularly helpful. Um, because I often use busyness as a coping strategy to stop me feeling my feelings. And what I have come to appreciate, and this is kind of backed up by schools of thought like nonviolent communication, um, by Lisa Feldman Barrett's work on how emotions are made. This idea that our emotions are data. They give us an indication about how our needs are being met or not. And so feeling something like loneliness, um, rather than busying my way out of it, I actually want to do the opposite. I kind of want to slow down and be with that emotion to notice first how I do that emotion in my body. What are the sensations of it, the texture of it? What impetus does loneliness have in me? Do I want to move towards something? Do I want to move away from things? There's so much richness in these very challenging emotions. And and then also, you know, these the emotions kind of point to whether our needs are being met or not. So I might want to get curious about what is the need that is going unmet when I feel lonely. And you might say it's obvious, it's a lack of connection, but is it? Is it like I'm not connected to the people in my life right now? Or sometimes when I experience loneliness, it's more the sense of dissatisfaction or disconnection with myself. Those are two very different things. And so when I'm clear on what the unmet need is, then I can experiment with different strategies to getting need met. But if as soon as I feel something like loneliness, I'm busying my way out of it, then I lose access to all of that information. I'm denying myself the opportunity to make a choice, and make a different choice. So yeah, it turns out that maybe the universe isn't always right either. That's a relief as a recovering perfectionist. Um, yeah, so I'm curious how this lands for you, this relationship between loneliness and busyness. So please share your experience in the comments below. Please feel free to ask questions, and see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me.